Hi everyone, welcome, and today we are going to be doing a little mass make of pockets and tags. So this is my cereal box. Yours may look different, don't worry, it's the same cardboard underneath. And what I'm going to do is use these little scraps of the scrapbook paper. Now I've cut my tags up ahead of time, obviously to save you watching me do that. And I've cut them into sizes roughly maybe 2.5 by 4, 3 by 4. So there's no rules. You just make your tags the size that you want to go in your journal. You've got a big journal, make big tags. We might make some big ones. And I know that this might be a tad basic for some of you out there. But I have got to make some for my latest journal. So I just thought I'd come on and just do some with you. So I do apologise in advance if, you know, you've been there, done that. But I'm going to chat all the way through it. So we're just going to have a little nice chit chat and a craft along. And yes, I'm being very lazy and I've moved it right to the edge. Now I only have to do 2 cuts. Well, so you can either use your tacky glue to stick these down, or you can use your UHU or your glue stick. And I just put it in the centre and glue it down. And then I'm going to sew around the outside. So you've got 2 options. Either or, whichever you like. I do quite like mine stitched around. And then all we do is cut around these 2 sides. I'm sorry. Yeah, so cut them out, stitch around them, and then they'll be ready to decorate. So in today's video, all we're going to be doing is making the bases. And I'm also going to do some very easy pockets and tuck spots. It's all very beginner friendly and it's very relaxing just to sit and cover your card. Now, sometimes you don't feel like doing an awful lot. Sometimes you just go, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm a bit lost today. I don't know what to start doing. And you sit at your craft desk. This has happened to me. You just sit and you can't settle on anything. So if you've got lots of scraps, then just make some bases. You know, they're ready then to go and just embellish when you're in an embellishing mood. So we've made quite a few already. I'm going to cut these out. I will sew these off camera. I'm not going to stitch all around them. I have this piece, which was like the side, and I'm going to turn this one into a belly band. So I'll do that just in a moment. Just want to keep up with myself. More cutting. Yep, I didn't go quite to the edge. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're having a lovely day. I am still off work. I did go for a little cycle ride this morning just because it is really nice and it's exercise for my legs and my knee. So that I feel like I've done my exercise. I've also been out and done some weeding in the garden. I've got 5 tags made, so I'm having a little sit down and a make of these. So next we are going to tackle some of these offcuts. Now, yeah, look at them. Beautiful pieces of paper. So what can we do with them? Well, my first thought for these is pockets. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I do not like flat pockets. I do like mine to have a bit of a space. So I fold in my edges, and I'm going to do that with these. Aren't they just gorgeous? and they're going to fit in my journal perfectly. I will show you the journal that I'm working in so you can get some sort of idea. Now, I know that I need my pockets to be 5 inches. So this is about as measuring as I get, and we're just going to turn them in 1/2 inch-ish, just like this. And then, now I was going to fold there, but I'm cutting off the flowers. So I decide that I'm going to have it that way up. And I think that will make it look really cute. How lovely is that as a pocket? Trim off that corner, take off some of that bulk. Yep, I've still got glue on my scissors. And we're just going to turn that into a pocket. It's easy as that, guys. If you haven't made pockets before, these are the easiest pockets to make. And look at the space you've got there. You can put in that big thick card. We're just going to do some more. So I'm going to do the same again. Just fold it in. At the bottom and at your edges to make your pocket. Just to raise it off your page. It makes all the difference. Otherwise you just can't get more than a piece of paper in. Okay, right, I've decided I need my bone folder because it's hurting my fingers to press these down. You can use your scissors. Jovi uses scissors all the time. But I find the bone folder, get me words right, is just the easiest. Of course, you can score these if you want perfect little, you know, mitered edges and corners, then you score away. That doesn't happen in my journals, I'm afraid. So I'm going to make a couple more of these because I just think they're so pretty. I may not put all of these in this journal, but then I will have some spare ready to go in the next one. And it's all about building your stash and getting your supplies ready, because I have come to the conclusion, and I don't know how many of you are like me, that when you are making a journal, you just want to grab the pieces and put them in. Once you've assembled it, it's time to just put your stuff in. If you have to stop and then make ephemera and pockets, it just seems to take so much longer. So I am now getting into the mass making sort of school of thought. So if you want me to do mass making, then let me know. I know there's loads of videos out there of people doing mass making, which is why I probably haven't in the past done so much. I mean, my mass make will be 4. That'd be it, because then I want to make something else. But, you know, I don't mind doing mass makes with you. If that's what you want, let me know. There we go. We've made 4 pockets while I've been chatting. And that's it. That's as easy as you get. And how pretty are those? Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so this card is quite a bit thicker. You know how some scrapbook papers are thicker than others. So I thought I'd make a couple of quite big tags. So just cutting it in half. Obviously very easy. And then I've got 2 pieces which I will use my little credit card with the corner cut off to make my easy peasy corners. Just checking I'm still in frame, because you know what happens when you're filming and you're getting carried away. So just level it up and you've got 2 perfectly mitered corners, and these are going to fit perfectly into the little flower pockets, I think. Look at that. Loads of room, loads of room. So there we go, we have those done. What's next? What should we do next? I am thinking maybe a couple of policy envelopes. They're always quite fun to use. So again, I'm just going to cut this in half because then I've got two and they don't need lots and lots of paper. This is a thinner cardstock. And then I suddenly remember I haven't even put my little holes in. Wait for it. These ping everywhere. So I don't measure this bit either. I just sort of guesstimate where the centre is. And then punch my little hole. There we go. Now they look just like pockets. And then I think, oh, I haven't done my corners on my tags either. So I need to do those. So again, just use my little card. I find it easier than trying to turn it and hold that fiddly bit. And I didn't make you sit through watching me do them all. I did them. So now we can get on. So, policy envelopes. Whatever size paper you've got, doesn't matter. These are just the right size really because they've just been cut off. So, that's what size I'm doing. And you fold them over. Fold this bit over so it just overlaps and gives you enough room for a little tag or a bit of ephemera to go in. And I'll just put my glue down there. And then just like doing the pocket, you need a bit of a base to give it a bit of room inside. And then cut a little diagonal, and then I cut above the fold, just like that. And then a little, oops, get down, diagonal there. So I'm going to put my little thumb hole in before I forget. So one way you can do it is hide your flap. And I'm going to, oops, hang on. Nope, got to glue this bit. I know what I'm doing, guys. I know what I'm doing. So, bit of glue on that bit because I've got to fold the other piece over. And obviously too much. So, that's one way of doing it when you can hide your little flap. I'm not worried because I'll probably be putting mine down onto the page. Yeah, it was a bit of a bad cutting. We're just trimming that up. There you go. And one done. So that will go straight onto your page. Now, if you like the look of the envelope showing, like the little flap, then you can do it this way. Again, exactly the same folds. And just measure that so that you don't fold it up too much. This paper's perfect for this. And I'm going to put a hole in both sides because I'm not sure whether I'm going to put this one in as a pocket or whether it's going to be like floating and attached to my page. Again, right over the top of that fold line, and that will make sure that it just folds up nicely. There we go. So just show you, I've cut off the horrible bit. So if you want to keep that little fold, then glue there, glue down that side, stick it down, a little press anyway, be on the safe side. And then glue this little flap. Oops, and get glue all over your nice clean work bit. There we go. And I may run the sewing machine around this as well. I just like the finished look it gives them. So there you go. That's 2 different ways to make these. And as you can see, they look pretty much the same. Okay. So I think we've got one more piece of paper left. What we're going to do with this piece, this is the other half of that one, because I'd cut it ready to go in my journal and realised I'd cut it wrong. I'd cut it to 7 instead of 8 1/4. I cut it to 7 1/4. It happens. It happens. So I am thinking about doing the belly band with this, and then I think it's probably a bit of a waste of my paper. So I decided to use another bit of a scrap. So this one I have actually used, I think, in the journal. Now, the green is going to show straight through, but the plain side won't. So I'm going to glue down the plain side because the other bit is going to be down in my journal. And I'm basically just going to cover it with this. And that's be the base for my belly band. Now, what I really want is those flowers to be down the centre, and it's not going to work because the pattern is right on the edge. So first of all, I'm going to get rid of a bit of the bulk because I don't really need bulk in my book. And I'm going to pop the glue on, and then I'm going to try and just wrap this around and keep my pattern. I hope. We'll see how well I did. It's sort of good. It's good. It's better than a bit of card. Again, get rid of the bulk on your corners. And then I'm just going to glue that round. Now, I will probably stitch around this as well because it will help hold it, because the glue just doesn't hold quite so well when you've only got a tiny bit of paper like that. So I do try, and I'm going to give it a bit of a crease first so that, you know, you've got your folds before you start gluing. I do find it helps. See, I'm going to try using my scissors like Jovi does, but no, I like to be using this. I've got more control. I don't know why I can't use scissors. So let's just pop a little bit of glue on. Now, the other reason I'm going to stitch this is because I don't want to stand here and hold these for 5 minutes. So here we are with our final scrap of paper. It's a bit bigger than a scrap, to be honest. We are again going to chop these into 2 because obviously then I will have 2 of whatever I make. And I want to cut these into 6-inch squares. So we know they're 6-inch one way. So all I've got to do is just measure 6 the other way. And here we go. There's the measure. And I'm just going to fold them up and just cut them. So I was doing a quick flyby. Obviously been missing attention for the last 19 minutes. So 2 6-inch squares, and what I quite fancy doing is sort of an envelope-y fold tuck spot. Yep, do it this way, Carol, you'll get more colour. And I'm thinking if I do this, I can just decorate these 2 flaps. Now, those don't really look very straight to me. But I'm going with it. And then I'm just going to attach something in the centre. I may fold that up. Ooh, like a little envelope pocket. Okay, right, the next one I work out that I need to find the centre. So what I'm gonna do is fold it. No, see, I need to find the centre, and the only way I can think to do that is just to very gently press down, and then I'll have a centre line. Huh, you see, full of tips, full of tips. So I should be straight. And I'm going the wrong way, I know I am. There we go. I may turn this one round, or I may decorate the back. We don't know. Something a bit different. So there we go. It's a different type of pocket. Once that's in your journal. Now I could, yeah, I think I am just going to fold this up and make a little envelope style pocket, just for something different. So you can have it like that, or you can put it in like this and tuck something in. So I'm super impressed with the amount of stuff we made, and these are just the bases. Join me next time, we'll decorate them up, ready to go in the journal, which I will just give you a sneaky peek of now. Now you might recognise this cover. This is the one I made when myself and Susan at Susan Hiles Art did a Stitch a Heart day, and so this was the cover. I've now turned it into the journal that I've been planning, and I've got signatures in, and this is basically all I've got so far. That's it. The cover, my signatures are in, and some lace is on the sides. So this is where I am making the tags for. Maybe not all of them. This is nowhere near finished, but I am loving it so far. I just love these squishy fabric covered journals. They're just wonderful. And of course I have got my flower that I handmade, which is going to be on here. Whether it actually goes on as with the belly band, I'm thinking maybe not a belly band. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? I'm talking about one of these wraparound things, and maybe this will be attached to it somehow like this. I don't know. I've got to figure it all out. As I said, work in progress, work in progress. So that's the journal that I'm working on at the moment, and I will see you next time when we decorate the tags and the pockets up, and we may even put them in. Okay, that's it from me. See you soon, guys. Bye.